that will fight this worldwide pandemic. We are proud to support you and your families. At this time, we ask that any past or present members of the United States military, any of our allies from around the world, and those first responders to please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in honoring these men, women, and their families. Service. Orca Encounter will begin in just a few minutes, but first we'd like to share with you a short film that might help you better understand the Ursinus orca and its place in the world we all share.
The ocean covers over 70% of the Earth's surface and is essential to all life, both in the sea and on land. There's one animal that is the perfect ambassador for the ocean, and that's the Ursinus orca, or killer whale. In just a few minutes, you'll meet SeaWorld's killer whales. First though, let's find out more about these remarkable animals. Ursinus orca, or the killer whale, is the most widely distributed mammal on Earth. They can be found throughout the ocean, all around the world, including in the Arctic, the Atlantic, the Southern, the Indian, and the Pacific Oceans. No other single marine species lives in as many different ocean habitats or is as directly reliant on as many different types of marine life as the killer whale. More than any other marine animal, Ursinus orca is the very embodiment of our shared global ocean. Until about 2 decades ago, scientists didn't know that there were actually several different varieties or ecotypes of killer whales. With effort and observation, however, we discovered that there are actually 10 distinct ecotypes, each differing in size, behavior, diet, lifestyle, and appearance. A striking characteristic of the orca is their black and white skin. This camouflage is called disruptive coloration. In a murky environment, this coloration can make them difficult to detect. Killer whales are counter-shaded. Their top surface is darker than their surface underneath. From below, looking up, they blend in with the light from above. From above, looking down, they're invisible against their darkness. Killer whales are warm-blooded and breathe air just like we do. Killer whales are the largest members of the Delphinidae, or dolphin family. As you can see, they have impressive physical characteristics. Orcas have keen eyesight, both above and below the water. The dorsal fin of an adult male can be up to 6 feet in height. The powerful pectoral flippers and tail fluke can propel them through the water at a high rate of speed with great maneuverability. Their top speed is nearly 30 miles per hour. Killer whales use echolocation to hunt and to communicate. Communication is also accomplished through tail slaps, breaching, and vocalizations. You'll experience a variety of natural killer whale behaviors during Orca Encounter today. We ask our whales to replicate natural behaviors such as breaching, spot hopping, and tail slaps. While awe-inspiring and entertaining for our guests, these behaviors are also essential to maintaining the health and well-being of the killer whales in our care. Much remains to be understood regarding the Ursinus orca. One thing we do know, however, is that across the globe, they face real challenges as the general health of the prey populations and habitats on which killer whales depend suffer due to changes in the environment. In just a few moments, you'll encounter SeaWorld's killer whales and learn even more about these fascinating animals. As the most widely distributed mammal on Earth, the killer whale is uniquely positioned to represent the beauty, power, and fragility of the ocean.
Hi everyone, my name is Justin. On behalf of the Killer Whale Training Team, I'd like to welcome you to Orca Encounter. Being a part of SeaWorld's mission is more than just a job. We are proud of what we do, and it's a privilege for us to care for, build relationships with, teach, and learn from these amazing animals. Now more than ever, we're honored to share our relationships with our whales and what we've learned with all of you. Now we all recognize that there's a new way of doing things. We're all wearing face masks and social distancing. We want to thank you for your patience and cooperation as we safely navigate this process. At the end of today's presentation, we ask that you please remain seated. Our operations ambassadors will be on hand to assist in the safe and timely exit of all of our guests. But for now, we hope you'll enjoy Orca Encounter!
Our world has one interconnected ocean. A vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the ocean's beauty than the killer whale.
They live in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the Pacific and beyond.
The killer whale story is the ocean story, and it's one we all share.
We are one world, united by our ocean.
The waves rolling
is showing off their size, speed, power, and problem-solving abilities. These behaviors keep our whales active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations to care about our natural world, and today we're excited to share their story with all of you.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's play. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer. High flying and powerful.
We're going to see all of that today and more. These and other behaviors provide an environment that is full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, and years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or you step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Today we'll see our whales do behaviors together in unison. Synchronizing their movements and working as a team strengthens their social bonds and helps make them the ocean's top predator. Their scientific name is Ursinus orca, but they're more commonly known as killer whales. Our 5 whales all have their own names. Their names are Katina, Nalani, Malia, Trua, and Makayo. Makayo is our youngest at 10 years old, and our oldest is Makayo and Nalani's mom, Katina. She's 44 years old. Katina is the matriarch, or the leader of our pod. Our whales trust us, and they take an active role in their own health and well-being. Through positive reinforcement training techniques, we teach them husbandry or healthcare behaviors. One of the first things that we teach our whales to do is called a fluke present, where they present their tail flukes to a trainer. We're going to demonstrate with the 2 little girls, Nalani and Malia, here in the slide up this afternoon. So not only does a fluke present allow us to get a great look at their entire body, but it also gives us access to blood vessels, which are very easy to see on the white undersides of their tail flukes. Our veterinarians collect a voluntary blood sample at least once a month from our whales, and the whales are taught to stay calm and relaxed throughout, just like this. Now this evening you'll see us giving the whales tail rubs, massages on their backs, bellies, even massages on their flippers. They have very sensitive skin, and this is a great way for us to reinforce exceptional behavior and for us to build a relationship with our killer whales. Now blood samples are just one way that we can make sure that our whales are staying healthy. Another important diagnostic is weighing the whales. We weigh them every other week, and we're able to do that by asking them to slide their bodies up and out of the water onto a killer whale size scale that we have in one of our adjacent pools. We're going to demonstrate here in the slide up with Katina. Katina, at 44 years old, is fully grown, and right now she weighs about 5,500 pounds. There she is. But you'll notice that the portion of her body right now, from her dorsal fin to her tail flukes, is in the water. It's a very strong body part called her peduncle, and it weighs several hundred pounds, so with that in the water, we wouldn't get an accurate weight. To solve that problem, we simply ask the whales to lift their tails up and out of the water. Good girl. This way, we can make sure that our younger whales continue to grow and our adult whales maintain a healthy body weight.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales, and for us.
Hey guys, I'm over here on the left-hand side of the stadium. Observational learning and mimicry play a critical role in the life of a killer whale. From the moment they're born, they learn necessary life skills by watching and playing follow the leader with their moms and other whales, and our whales play follow the leader with us too. So we're going to put that to the test with you today. So Stacy's going to give you some instructions. Okay, there we go. What we're going to do is have you do something and see if Malia can copy you. All right, you're going to wave hello. I think she saw you. There we go. Nice job. Very good. So she was paying very close attention to you. They are super curious animals. Our whales frequently can be seen spy hopping or even jumping completely out of the water to get a better view of their surroundings or while they're playing. We'll demonstrate that with a behavior called a sighting bow. It's going to be a jump over at stage. Here we go. Beautiful bow. All right, we're going to take this party to the right-hand side of the stadium. That was a pretty cool jump that Malia did, but we can do one bigger and better over here with Nalani. We're going to send a breach behavior. Y'all ready over there? All right, you know the signal. 1, 2, 3, swipe to the sky. Very good. So this is called a breach. Now, breaching is one way that killer whales can communicate with each other. It's basically their way of making their presence known and saying, I'm here, everybody look at me. Woo! How about a huge round of applause for Malia, Katina, and Nalani, our audience volunteers. Good job, everybody. SeaWorld's research and observation of the killer whales in our care has shed light on many of the mysteries about these amazing animals. For example, we know that the gestation period of a pregnant killer whale is about 17 months. That's information that would be impossible to obtain out in the wild. Some information, though, can only be gained through field observation. That's when SeaWorld works with our partners like the Norwegian Orca Survey and NOAA to further our knowledge. Killer whales are powerful animals, and perhaps the best example of that power that we've seen is when they hunt.
Killer whales stand apart. They have no natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal could be their dinner. Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they've developed some epic hunting techniques. Off the coast of South America, killer whales will teach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create waves that knock animals like penguins or seals from ice cliffs. Most importantly, they cooperate, communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips in and feeds, while the other whales keep the fish together with swipes of their tail fins.
So killer whales create waves to hunt, and they use their tail flukes to stun prey. Here's a demonstration. For our whales, it means a fun activity session, but for all of you, it's time to get wet! Unfortunately, overfishing, pollution, and other factors are having a serious impact on some killer whale populations.
Killer whales are impressive animals, and it's pretty obvious why they're the top predator in the ocean. That means killer whales are invincible, right? Wrong.
Killer whales depend on a plentiful food source and a clean environment. They're completely dominant, yet completely dependent.
When it comes down to it, killer whales are not the most powerful animal in the ocean.
Their future depends on you.
Through your actions.
Through the choices we all make.
We hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Killer whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect ambassador for the ocean. Limitless, connected, powerful, but still vulnerable.
The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable.
Don't give up. Be inspired.
We can make a difference. The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming, but together we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect.
So much to explore.
The killer whale story is still being written, and there are simple things we all can do to make a difference.
All it takes is one.
One choice.
One positive act. One ripple that can grow and grow.
And change the world.
Together, we've got this.
It's a brand new day. Open up
For your safety, we ask that you please remain seated. We are going to exit the stadium several sections at a time. We have these different colored flags. They're going to come to you. When the flag is waved, it's your cue that it's your turn to lead. We ask that you please exit one row at a time. And again, thank you for wearing your mask today. We're going to start with some upper sections. We're going to start, I see a pink flag, a yellow, I see a white, and I'm blinded by the spotlights. But if you have a flag in front of you, then that's your cue. Folks on the lower sections, I promise you this takes less than 5 minutes if we do it correctly. We're trying to do this for social distancing purposes so that we don't have several hundreds or thousands of people all leaving at once. You guys have fun at SeaWorld today? Yay! There we go. Who got splashed by a killer whale tonight? Oh my gosh, you guys, it is cold outside. This is cold water too. It's about 52 degrees Fahrenheit, very cold water. We make all of our own salt water here at SeaWorld, and then we can either warm it up or cool it down depending on what exhibit it's going to. Killer whales thrive in cold water environments, so this is really cold water, and hopefully you guys are bundled up if you're getting splashed today by one of the whales tonight. Alright, we're making really good progress with those upper sections. We have almost the entire upper bowl already done. Those flags will make their way down to those lower sections in just a couple minutes too. The ambassador will let you folks know which exit to leave from as well, so that we're not all crossing paths as you can see. Alright, yellow flag is making its way around. So you saw that we have the 5 different whales. You all saw all 5 whales here in our presentation tonight. Each presentation is a little bit different, and each day is a little bit different with our animals as well. So sometimes we have all 5 whales do a presentation or a session. Sometimes it might just be 2 or 3. One segment might be one animal as well. So we want to make sure that each segment, each show is a little bit different and variable for our whales. We have 7 different pools in our facility altogether and over 7 million gallons of salt water. So the whales spend different amounts of time in different combinations of pools with different social groupings of whales as well. All right, Rory, thank you. We have that pink flag making its way down on the lower left-hand side.